Hi, I've been making my holiday shopping list recently, and with all those advent calendars, it's been a bit difficult to, find things to buy actually, and it's actually been more easier to put things in the won't buy column. So here is a list of things that don't really interest me this season, although there are a couple where I am on the fence, which I will be mentioning shortly. This series is inspired by Samantha Mart's Will I Buy It series. So huge shout out to her. I will link her playlist in the description box below. I am on the fence about the Huda Beauty Power Bullet Matte Lipsticks, the new 1990s inspired throwback collection. A number of people are releasing 1990s inspired lipstick collections recently. Kim Kardashian is one, Huda obviously is the other. So I love the 1990s. I wish I had been grown up in the 1990s rather than, instead of growing up in the 1990s, wearing makeup. I thought it was a, nice. I liked the colors. I also loved the 1980s. I loved the 1970s. I think that style was more, there was more verve to style, there was more individuality, there was more statement in the styles of those times than there is today. Just an opinion. I'm just old fashioned. But that's all right, it takes all kinds. And my dad always says that the best music ever was in the 1970s. Anyway, the Huda Throwback Collection is the third in her Power Bullet matte lipstick series. The first one is the Roses, which I love. I have Payday, Graduation Day, Interview, a few shades from that range, all of which I love. And then, there were the Icons series, which I avoided. They were a bit too bright for my taste. In this series, the 1990s throwback series, there are three shades that I'm eyeing: Board Meeting, First Kiss, and Wedding Day. So, I don't know, let's wait and see. I'm awaiting swatches on various skin tones and skin types before I decide whether I want to buy this set or not. Another product that I am on the fence about is the Charlotte Tilbury Starry Eyes to Hypnotize palette. And the reason, I do want my first Charlotte, I only have a Charlotte Tilbury board in Vintage Ramp. I want a full palette. And the colour scheme in this one appeals to me. It is ideal for everyday wear and if I want to oomph it up a bit for evenings. But the price, £60, and my advent calendar schedule puts a bit of a dampener here, and I may not buy it. Maybe, the next palette that she releases. I don't think I will. There is a greater chance of my buying a couple of lipsticks from the Huda Throwback collection than there is of me buying this palette. Another set that I am holding off for now is the Victoria Beckham makeup. The palette that I wanted, Tweed, is already sold out. So, and the others don't really appeal to me. I want, more oomph in my palettes right now. I'm at that stage. So maybe, the next time she releases something, maybe when there are lipsticks, I'll definitely buy, but not for now. Now we come to the products that I'm definitely not buying, and I'll tell you why. Urban Decay Honey. First of all, I have very yellow undertones. There are people who come and tell me that I am having my period, and they're absolutely right, because I look dreadfully yellow when I have my periods. And I have yellow undertones normally, so there is no earthly way I'm going to be able to pull off this palette without looking utterly jaundiced. And also, I bought very faithfully and very loyally all the Urban Decay Naked palettes up to Naked Heat. After that, there were quite a few of those, weren't there? Naked Cherry, Naked Reloaded, Naked AF, Naked, so many of those. Naked AF isn't out yet, obviously, but it is coming apparently. So I'm over the Urban Decay Naked, and, the Too Faced gingerbread, chocolate bar, tutti frutti ranges. And I feel that Charlotte Tilbury is doing the same thing with the Pillow Talk. You shouldn't milk a range to death, actually. You could have different palettes and different ranges instead, I feel. Just an opinion. These things are subjective. The next palette that I'm avoiding, Natasha Denona Metropolis, $129. I fell in love with the first big eyeshadow palette that Natasha Denona came out with, the one with all those purples and those violets. But then, the price at that time scared the stuffings out of me, so I avoided it. And then, she brought out smaller pan palettes later. If it comes out in the smaller pans, I'll definitely buy it. But this one, doesn't appeal to me at all. It's mostly neutrals with a pop of blue. A number of neutral palettes, you notice, do have just the one pop of blue. I don't know why that is. Why not a pop of purple instead? Why blue? I don't understand that. I'm also avoiding the Jouer Metamorphosis palette for £32. Basically, it's just a bunch of neutrals and some shimmers. And, I feel that holiday launches need some oomph to them, not look like this. I'm going to be buying none of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina volumes. The first one was purplish, very nice, $60 each. But then, I just bought the Eliza Edwards palette, which had all those bright purples and pinks that I wanted. So I wasn't going to buy this one immediately. If this had come out first, the Norvina Volume 1, I would have bought it. But, the Eliza Edwards came out first, and I loved that palette. The second volume is, marine or aquatic brides, basically blue brides, greens, pinks, a couple of pinks and yellows and greys thrown in, but mostly blue and green brights. Not my color palette. I cannot pull off blues and greens on my skin tone. I look awful, particularly blues. The third volume is very, summery bright, tropical brights. Not my thing at all. I like brights, but I like purpley brights, subtler brights, not the sort of very tropical palette. So I'm avoiding all three. I feel that ABH has been releasing quite a few eyeshadow palettes recently with very little gap between releases. It's probably one palette a week. It is a lot like what Urban Decay were doing last year, but Urban Decay has stepped back and sort of paced their releases better this year. But ABH have more than made up for it. I'm also not buying the Bobbi Brown Holiday palette. Apparently, it was inspired by a kaleidoscope, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. The packaging is amazing. I love the patterns on the eyeshadows. However, the swatches have been a huge letdown. Also, I feel that last year, Holiday 2018, Bobbi Brown nailed it. They owned Holiday 2019 with those amazing luxe lipsticks, and they also had this gorgeousness. I could look at that all day. And inside you have two beautiful highlighters, which I love on my skin tone. So after that, after Holiday 2018, I feel that this holiday release from this holiday collection from Bobbi Brown has been a bit meh really compared to last year's. I won't also be buying the Hourglass ambient lighting palettes this year, the quad or the bigger one, the Ghost palette. Last year I bought both volume 4, I think it was, or was it 3? I think it's 4. And the Unlocked palette. The Unlocked remains my favorite in this series. The inside looks like this. Now, as you can see, all those shades are very, very suited to my skin tone. This year, I don't like the packaging, the Ghost palette. It looks a bit cheap, really. Secondly, I don't like the shades chosen. I also feel that Hourglass should do something by bringing out some of those ambient lighting powders for deeper skin tones. I mean, they do have deeper bronzers and deeper blushes, but putting them in a holiday palette, they need to do that. Now let's move to foundations. I'm not buying the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation SPF 30. Quite a handle there for $47. The name, Self-Refreshing Foundation, Synchro Skin, so synchronizes with your skin, and it's self-refreshing. So what's not to love? I was very excited about this. Then I saw a review by Penny of Pensmith Skincare. I love her channel so much. I link her review in the description box below. She said on her, and she showed this on camera, it emphasized her texture, and I have the last word in texture in the form of pitted acne scars. So this foundation is clearly not for me. I'm not buying the Zovar Authentic Skin Foundation. Quite a few foundations this year. This one's £25. Again, Authentic Skin. They're all called skin something, aren't they? There have been quite a few foundation launches this year. Anastasia Beverly Hills had a luminous foundation. Earlier this year, we had foundations from Juvia's Place, Dose of Colors, and Charlotte Tilbury. Urban Decay, Stay Naked. Revolution had a hydrating, conceal and define hydrating foundation. Natasha Denona had her first foundation. Fenty Beauty had a hydrating foundation. Kevyn Aucoin had a foundation balm. Oma had a Say What foundation. Quite a few foundation launches this year as compared to previous years. And I only bought one, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. So I think it was because there were too many foundation launches this year that I actually ended up buying only one. If there were just, 4 or 5 foundation launches this year, I may have bought more than these many. I was a bit confused, and I take a long time in using up foundations, so I wasn't too keen on any of this. So those are the 10 products that I've been considering recently, and those are my thoughts on each of them. I may end up buying 3 lipsticks from the Huda Throwback series. Apart from that, it looks like I will be avoiding all of these products. And Victoria Beckham, definitely, when there are more products in the collection, I will be buying to try out what they're like, and then I'll be talking about those. The Charlotte Tilbury, probably not, unless somebody decides to gift it to me for Christmas or something. Hint, hint, hint. And I would love to know what you're going to buy or what you're not going to buy among the autumn holiday launches that we've seen so far. Do tell me in the comments below. I'd love to know. Let me live through you at least. If you've decided to buy any of these, do tell me. And I would love to know your thoughts on the product once it arrives, once you've tried it out a bit. Do tell me all of that in the comments below. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up. Please do hit the subscribe button. Please do ring the notifications bell, and I'll speak to you soon.